The Saints had a stupid loss in Houston, but great news, we're only 2 days away from more Saints football. This time with absolutely no offensive linemen. Thomas, hit that intro.
Welcome to the award-winning Saints Happy Hour podcast. Seriously, this podcast has won awards. American standards are dropping every day. The show features Ralph, the best host in the world, who can barely pronounce his own name, much less anyone else's.
Marcus Marquez Callaway.
Dave is that dude who loves taking bathroom breaks. He's mad about almost anything, so make sure to lower your volume when he speaks.
Put that freaking clown meme back up that I made. Jesus Christ.
Andrew has sources, watches tapes, and knows football. He rarely shows up on time and wants to commit crimes to help the Saints win.
Sean Payton would have done illegal things. Don't tell me I'm wrong, because you know it's true.
Oh, and there's also Kevin, who is great at doing mock drafts, but struggles to actually watch Saints games or have a functioning relationship.
Budrich wants to know how the doctor's doing.
That ended.
Anyway, grab a drink, sit back, and enjoy the insanity.
All right, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Saints Happy Hour podcast, presented by Hard Hide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey. I'm Ralph Marlborough. We're joined by Dave and Andrew. Also, hello to everybody watching on the live stream on Twitch right now. I see Alda Marino, Hatchet John, San Antonio Saint, Budrich, a ton more. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Who Dat Golfers with us. We appreciate everybody on the live stream. Tonight, we're going to recap the Saints' gross loss in Houston. Slap, punch, fire is back. The hotline is rage and sadness. Plus, we answer questions and preview Thursday night versus the Jags. Before we start, remember to subscribe to Saints Happy Hour wherever you get your podcast. And I also have to mention about our MVP contest. Jerry at JLD Hot Sauces and Knives gave me this Butte custom-made, handmade knife with Saints Happy Hour logo. We're going to raffle this bad boy off at the end of the season. If we reach $100 in donations tonight, the MVP will choose which minibar bottle from my giant minibar collection that I'm going to poison myself with. Jed, aka Saints Rabbit, made sure the bar was fully stocked. Unlike the Saints offense, he delivers. He sent me the mother of all care packages a while back. I got watermelon that looks disgusting, and espresso coffee, which y'all didn't pick last week, but maybe I'll drink it this week.
It's espresso.
Espresso. I'm not French, Dave. Thomas, do we have an MVP leader?
Yes, we do. Last week, the one and only Tiger Saint won with 4,500 bits, and tonight, the legend Hatchet John is in the lead with 2,500 bits by gifting 10 subs. And also
strong before the show. Appreciate you, Hatchet John.
And also
I'm sorry, go ahead.
And also thanks to Who Dat Golfer for subscribing for free, guys, with Twitch Prime.
Yeah, Twitch Prime. You don't even have to spend money. It's free if you do Twitch Prime.
Sponsored by Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
That's right. I was going to say,
are you guys soccer fans? Do you guys follow soccer at all?
Yes.
Not at all.
Yeah, I just turned on US Ghana, who's playing a friendly, and I figured, there not much has happened yet. It's like 25 minutes in, and it's 3-0 for the USA.
Woo!
I don't know what happened there. It's crazy.
USA.
Should we not be dominating Ghana?
No, Ghana's actually pretty good. They're like a good.
Ghana's decent.
They're good.
And we're typically underachieving.
I was watching England, Italy in a Euro qualifier today, Andrew. So what I'm drinking.
I feel like you're more loyal to England than you are to your own country, Ralph. When it comes to soccer.
If the United States would ever make a semifinal, like England is like if you're a Saints fan, they are a perfect team because they never win anything and they just disappoint you. So they're really like the Saints.
I think America does a pretty good job of that too.
That's true.
They don't even make the World Cup sometimes.
Well, they make it next time because it's automatic. It's automatic qualifying. Right. So I am drinking part-time tea. It's green tea, hard hide, strawberry whiskey, and a little bit of tonic water.
Well, who named it part-time tea?
It's on their website, Dave. They have
Oh, okay.
many recipes that you can go and you can add. They have later. They have a ton of recipes. But the part-time tea, you add the green tea, the hard hide strawberry whiskey. It makes me feel like I'm healthy because green tea. Everybody knows that no matter what you mix with it, green tea is automatically healthy.
Yeah, but dude, it's like 9 o'clock at night. You know, like green tea, caffeine. I don't know. It's
Sometimes.
between the alcohol and the caffeine. I don't feel like you're doing your REM many favors.
Well,
here.
those also cancel out the caffeine and the alcohol.
That's
Oh, it's the double negative. Got it.
Yeah.
That's so yeah. So there you go. What are you drinking, Dave?
The weather here in New Orleans has officially turned. It's gotten much cooler. I'm wearing long sleeves today, actually. So it's time. I'm drinking the 2023 version, this year's edition of St. Arnold's Pumpkinator. Next week,
I'll be back.
I might have the last year's edition. I always buy two and save one and drink one.
Yeah. So Andrew, are you drinking tonight?
I am. Turbo Dog.
There you go.
Beta.
So, like I said at the top, the Saints loss to the Texans was gross. 78 plays, Dave, 430 yards, which was good, but 0-3 in the red zone, 2 missed kicks. Everybody's fed up. Thomas, I want to start. Play that soundbite of Dennis Allen after the game. He sounds like a man. He's fed up with the details and slop on offense.
We've got to do a better job of, executing our jobs. If we're not executing our jobs, then we need to find somebody else that can execute those jobs. Doesn't matter who you are.
Derek Carr, also fed up. I got 2 sound bites from him.
Yeah.
Thomas, play the first one right after the game.
We did some things very well. We did some things explosively and all those things, but just having a few explosives or a lot of yards doesn't win football games. What wins football games is doing the right thing at the right moment every single time. Because Houston, give them so much credit. They are such a good team, such a great young team that flies around. They play fast, tough defense. And if you are not on your details, especially against this scheme, they're going to be on theirs, and it cost us today.
And finally, Andrew, Derek Carr, right after the Texans game, walking off the field, he did what all of us were doing to our TVs. He was screaming at Pete Carmichael at the top of his lungs. But on Monday, Dave, he cooled down and he explained that he wasn't really yelling at Pete Carmichael. He was just really, really pissed off at everyone else. Thomas, play that with the video of Derek Carr screaming at Pete Carmichael.
I apologized to Pete actually on the airplane because I was talking to Pete, but I wasn't talking about Pete. Pete and I know exactly what I was talking about and why. And when the game's on the line, that's when you have to be on every detail of your assignment. And I was a little upset at some of those things, and so it had nothing to do with Pete. He just happened to be the one that walked up when I was a little angry.
Andrew, do you have sources? Can you enlighten us as to what Derek Carr is ticked off about?
Yeah, I think I know. So keep in mind, in Olave and Shaheed, you have 2 young receivers. And so I think it's easy to criticize them or see that they make a mistake in a critical moment and immediately be like, I've seen some people on Twitter already saying we should trade Olave. They're young players. They're going to make mistakes. They're good athletes. They make a lot of plays in these games. I think Olave and Shaheed have both had some great moments already this year. But I think when the game, first of all, it's tough. You have 2 tackles that go down. You tried to bench Penning. That lasted all of about
18 plays.
18 plays.
Miss me, bitches.
Yeah. Then you're forced to bring him back. And then, Pete is your 8th reserve emergency lineman. They almost got to him. They were almost forced to play Pete, and he really wasn't supposed to.
Hey, Sally, I need assistance.
Yeah. But I think the issue with the Saints right now is that when the game was on the line, Carr didn't have a lot of time to throw, and they were seeing blitz looks pre-snap. And so that means they have one-on-one coverage, and you don't have time to huddle. So how you call a play is with hand signals. I mean, you guys probably see, Carr's doing his, whatever he's doing with his hands, and he's letting The receivers basically know what routes they're going to do. And when they see that cover look, all right, you're one-on-one in coverage, probably man coverage, and this is a favorable look for me to take a shot. And in the red zone over the course of this game, I feel like he took 3 or 4 shots at the end zone. And you got one where Olave's not looking for the ball. You got one where Shaheed cuts in. He was throwing him a fade to the corner of the end zone where he should have turned to the other shoulder. So, it's young receivers making mistakes. And unfortunately, like it's at a critical time where the game's on the line and your quarterback doesn't have time. He makes the right read, he makes the right throw, and the receivers just aren't making the plays for him. So I know that's why Carr's frustrated. It's like, we put so much time and effort into this. How do you not know which way you're supposed to break? How do you not know situationally when I give you that hand signal, like it should be locked in your brain? And so I think when you hear Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara and some other people also voice frustrations about how much they sacrifice, how much they prepare, how much, during the week they focused on the details. I mean, look, it's not like guys like Olave and Shaheed are partying, drinking all night, but I think staying after practice, spending extra film time, really honing in on your communications. But look, I don't think it's just on young players too. It's up to the coaches to beat this in their heads. It's up to the quarterback to communicate this properly. It's up to the play caller to simplify the offense in a way to make sure they understand what the assignment is and that their heads aren't swimming. So, I feel like it's a little lame to just point the finger at those guys. Now, I don't know during the week what kind of extracurricular stuff they have. I don't know if they're behaving unprofessionally. I don't have any sources about that.
Where did Kamara
but that's where the frustration is.
Where did Kamara catch the Rona?
Fair.
Table and tap.
Table and tap. Kamara has given up going to table and tap to watch extra film, and these rookies and young players aren't carrying the weight. He could be a table and tap getting hammered, but instead he's watching tape, extra time in the facility. He's fed up.
So Andrew, are you saying specifically that it's kind of the wide receiving group? It's not necessarily offensive line. We're not talking about missed blocking assignments. Also,
I think there's definitely some frustration there. I mean, look, one player's already been benched. He's forced to come back, but I think there's some frustrations that with the game on the line and the look that they get, that throw to Shaheed should have been a touchdown. And all it really takes is the player knowing his assignment. But I think there's plenty of times on the offensive line too, where all it takes is the player executing, knowing his assignment. And they were screwing that up plenty as well. So
how come this wasn't this? I don't really feel like this was an issue last year. And I mean, Shaheed was on the team last year. Olave was on the team last year.
Well, hold on. Okay, so let me stop you there. Shaheed
didn't
last
have
year,
much of a role as well.
Yes, a very limited role. You run go routes, you run this jet sweep.
Fine.
They very specialized.
Olave was on the
now
team.
He's a full-time receiver. Yeah.
Okay, but Olave was on the team. I don't remember ever hearing anything about issues with Olave last year.
There was a lot of frustration with Olave last year. Specifically with him, it was his lack of play strength, his lack of ability to catch the 50-50 ball, and his inability to do anything after the catch. Those three things.
I'm talking about that's all physical talent stuff. I'm talking about communication missing assignments,
effort, like routes and effort. Yeah,
I think those things were also. I mean, look, he had a good season. He was a productive player, but I think why you're hearing frustrations mount is maybe you expect as a rookie some of those things to happen. And as a second-year player, you're expecting to see some growth, some maturity, some development, and I think that's where the frustration's coming from now.
I think that's fair. I think with Olave, the Saints look at him and you should be the best freaking receiver in the 2022 class. Why don't you start being it? And it looked like he was the first couple weeks. Remember, he was making some contested catches. Like, oh wow, he's added some strength maybe. But Dave,
well, it seemed to me. Specifically, I guess maybe the entire season, but specifically yesterday, it seemed to me that the issues on offense were like red zone. I say red zone plus, like 30 yards and in. Like, I felt like they did a very good job when they started the
30
drive.
to 30, they were rolling.
Yeah, whenever they started the drive, they moved the ball and easily and quickly. And as soon as they got within the 35, 30, 25, whatever, that's when it all goes to shit. And it was just, it's very frustrating. It's incredibly frustrating.
Well,
and that's got to be I don't know.
I don't know if I sent I don't think I sent Thomas this tweet, but I should have. And I think it was either John Hendricks or Sigler. They said the Saints ran 8 plays in the red zone, and they ran the ball 4 times. Andrew, do you know how many yards they gained on their 4 runs that they ran?
Were they all Kamara runs?
They were.
No, Taysom had at least one.
They ran the ball 4 times. They gained
I'm going to say 4 yards.
3 yards.
Yeah.
So, that's the thing. I think the Saints' red zone issues are mostly because they suck at running the ball. In the red zone,
right?
I feel like as fans, we're like, oh, you need to draw up plays and motion and all these cute stuff. But really what you need to do when you have 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line is run the ball on 1st down and get 7 yards, get 6 yards. And that makes your red zone offense better. And the Saints suck at running the ball. But Dave, I had a question for you.
Wait, I wasn't going to bring this up, but Aldo Marino in the chat says, go ahead, Dave, give us the I told you so. We had 3 clips from Derek Carr earlier today. Thomas, we want to play the clip I put together that I sent everybody of me being right last week.
Oh, my God. Thomas, did you
me
have
taking
that?
a lap? I don't know. Do we have that?
No, where did you send it, man? What the hell?
I messaged you on Discord. I know you're not used to me messaging you on Discord. But anyway,
I don't think you did, man. You're lying.
I'm not gonna take that much of a lap. I honestly, I don't think anything I was saying was that intelligent. Again,
you didn't send me anything, man.
Okay. I could have swore I did.
Can you hold on, Thomas? Can you check the timestamp? Can you isolate that comment that Dave just made? Quote, I don't think I said anything intelligent. And make sure you play that next week.
Hey, Tomas,
we will accept that you grab that one and play
that
it
is
again.
That is a must, Thomas. Put that at the top of the freaking to-do list.
But basically, basically anybody who got excited last week and thought that was a turnaround game because they beat the worst team in the NFL, that was short-sighted.
But by the way, Ralph, I do appreciate that on your wall you have a fat head of Trevor Penalty.
Trevor Penalty, yeah.
Getting a flag thrown on him.
And you know what we're going to start doing? I'm going to get a fat head. I'm going to find the fat head of a penalty, and we're going to put penalty flags because the Saints average 10 penalties a week. And this whole empty side by Thanksgiving will just be penalty flags top to bottom.
I think Trevor Penalty just got hit for another holding call.
So, Dave, now that you're exhausted from your victory lap, I want to ask you this.
I just sent Thomas the sound.
Thomas, how long?
I don't know if he has it. I'm just saying.
So, well, while you answer this question, Thomas can get that set up. So, DA, he benched Penning, right? So, clearly, he's trying to make aggressive moves. He benched Penning. He was going to put Max Garcia in. He reshuffled the whole line, right? The first round pick that they traded up to get Dennis Allen after a 34-0 win was like, I've seen enough. We're switching this around, right? So if he's willing to do that, is Pete Carmichael's facility security badge, is he now on week-to-week access to the facility? If it goes bad Thursday, is Pete Carmichael in danger? Because Dennis Allen's shown he's willing to do drastic things on the offensive line. Is he willing to do other drastic things if things go bad Thursday?
I don't see why not. I'm sure he would much rather not. But fans are going to call for a sacrificial lamb at some point, and right now, Pete Carmichael is.
Have you been on Twitter? It's started, my man.
I mean, if we lose again on Thursday night, which is unfortunate because they're probably going to lose on Thursday night. It's a short turnaround. I
feel like the Saints are 1-5. like the temperature in the room, how the fans are, like it doesn't. This feels like the worst 3-3 ever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it wouldn't surprise me. Like I said, he's going to have to show that he's, in charge and willing to do things, and he's not just going to, keep the status quo if the status quo is not working. And again, like I said, right now, Pete Carmichael is numero uno on the most wanted list for Saints fans. So
I think this is it for him. I think if they don't score 20 points on Thursday, I think he's losing his job.
So you're putting a definite number on it. 19 points, fired. 21, you still got a job.
I'm oversimplifying, but yeah, that's the gist.
Do you think they'll fire him, or they'll just be like, hey, Ronald Curry's calling plays and Pete's going to be...
Yeah, I don't think they
I don't know. Maybe they do that.
Analyst, I mean, Frank Reich basically fired himself this week and was like, hey, I'm not calling plays anymore. I'm going to just be a terrible head coach and not a terrible head coach in OC. So, Saints lost. So that means the game that is sweeping America is back. Slap, punch, fire.
Oh my God.
This week, Dave, the people you have to choose: Trevor Penning, Pete Carmichael, Zach Bond, Blake Grupe. Slap, punch, fire. 3 of them.
Crazy Pete. Do I get to go first?
You go first.
Well, I'm definitely punching Blake Grupe in that face of his, right square in the kisser. And that's going to feel so good. So good. Thick Underhill, I think I'm firing. And Busty Bond, I'm just going to slap him. All 3 of these things are bad, but I guess the slapping is supposed to be the good thing because it's not that bad. Since he did make the interception, but couldn't seal the deal. Probably could have won us the game if we could have just held on to that damn ball.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Real quick, which one did he leave alone there?
Crazy Pete.
Crazy Pete.
You're leaving Pete alone, huh?
Yeah, I'm leaving him alone. He's had enough.
All right. I'm firing Pete. I'm going to start with fire. I'm going to start there. Sorry, Pete, you're gone. Honestly, it can't be any worse. I don't know whether it's Ronald Curry or anyone else. I don't know how bad it'll be, but it can't be worse.
If it's not Ronald Curry, who else would it be calling plays?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But I'm looking for a change, a coaching change. Punch. I'm probably punching Grupe in the nuts.
What? Okay. What?
Yeah. What do you mean, what?
His face. Look at his face. He just...
Okay. How about face and nuts? Yeah. I'll give him an uppercut with the left and a right hook to the face. So, yeah, I mean, look, missing a 29-yard field goal, inexcusable. There's really nothing else to say about that.
Shortest field goal missed this season so far.
You can't make a 29-yard field goal. You don't belong in the NFL.
How long is an extra
period?
Extra points longer than that.
Bond, it sucks that he fumbled. It's not a surprise that a linebacker can't carry a ball. He made a great play on the pick. He fumbles, so it's almost like a wash, right? It's like the play never happened.
Yeah.
I love how everyone's like, "Oh, there's a huge momentum swing." They're blaming Zach Bond for this loss. I don't know. I think
it would have been a huge. I absolutely agree.
They still went 50 yards after that play and went down and scored. And I don't know. I'm pissed he fumbled, but it's he made a great play on the ball. It was a nice pick. It's a shame he fumbled, but I'm not surprised that Zach Bond doesn't do a good job of securing the football away. So I don't know. I'm willing to get that's the most life we've seen from Zach Bond in his whole career. So. I am slapping Trevor Penalty. And Trevor Penalty, I would fire you too if I could. You and Pete can go on the same ship together, but maybe I can slap some sense into him. The penalties have got to stop. My God, they have to stop.
Right. And by the way, like you said on the post-game show, Andrew, not blaming the refs for the loss, but Texans, they had the penalty on the kickoff, and they didn't have a penalty until a pass interference penalty on the last drive. They had
It was unbelievable.
2 penalties the whole game. I'm doing
That's
this.
right. The Saints are the most penalized team in the league.
That's that's very, very Hazley.
And I'm trying to look it up. Where is it?
While you look that up, I'm just going to make this simple. Slap, punch, fire. I'm doing all 3 to Groupie. It's Groupie's fault the Saints aren't 5-1. He is solely freaking responsible. I blame him. I hate him. Trade the pick back to Denver. Do a trade with Denver. Get Lutz and Bowles, their left tackle, and get Groupie out of here. I've had enough. His face is very punchable. The Saints, the Saints are not good enough to be man at kicker. It's like you can't have it. I'm fed up with it. The next topic is Groupie on notice. My answer is yes. He is one more 40-yard, less than 40-yard field goal miss from kicking for his job on a Tuesday.
Yeah, I want to go back to that, but back to the penalties. 406 yards, 43 penalties for 406 yards total so far through how many games? 6 with 3 and 3.
So that's 7,
9. And the thing is 9 of those, which is almost double any other team in the league. 9 of those are defensive pass interference, which that's what racks up the yardage, because that could be a 20-yard, 50 yards. Who the hell knows? That could be a 70-yard penalty. So
that's kind of baked in the key.
To Andrew's point, you've got to this shit's got to.
You got to tighten that up. You got to tighten up the defensive holding and pass interference. I can kind of live with because the defense is elite, and that's kind of baked into the Dennis Allen model.
Yeah.
So
and you want your DBs to be aggressive, especially if the officials aren't really calling it, and they weren't calling it super aggressive. So you take your chances there.
I can't the offensive the motion penalties, the holding you can't. The Saints can't overcome a holding penalty or a sack. They can't. Their offense isn't good enough. So that's got to stop. I don't know. The thing is, though, they're so injured on the offensive line, they can't even do the okay, you've had enough penalties, I've seen enough, we're going to play somebody else, because that somebody else that they might play might be a guy they signed today. I don't know. Thomas.
So wait. So what I was going to say before is, earlier this season, we were kind of gushing over Dennis Allen. He made all the right decisions. Groupie looked great. Headley looked great. Lutz looked like crap. Blah 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 blah. And I don't know. Things are. This isn't really aging. Yeah, tables are turning here.
What's Blake Gilligan up to again?
Right. I'm just wondering if I don't know. I wonder if we popped the champagne a little too early on the Dennis Allen on the Dennis Allen party.
We might have.
Just want to remind everybody about that. About 4 weeks ago.
Premature celebration.
About a month ago. Yeah.
Premature celebration. Thomas, do you have a donation update for us?
We were so close to 3-0.
Yes, sir. But before I do, Vince S. reminds me, Dave, you should iron your flag.
You got to remind me during the week.
Donation update. We are at 67%. Hatchet John is still in the lead with 5K bits. New donations. Thanks to San Antonio Saint for 200 bits. Thanks to Real Uncle Mitty for subscribing. And with the message, Joe Brady for OC. Also, thanks to Good Golfer for donating 500 bits.
Here's the thing with Joe Brady at OC is, I know LSU fans like him, and he's now the quarterback coach in Buffalo. Maybe he'll rehabilitate his image. I just if they change offensive coordinator, I want rip the Sean Payton offense out, root and branch, Dave. Get me something new. And Joe Brady is vaguely connected to Sean Payton. I don't want that. I want something new at offense. If you're gonna
Let's
do
just
something.
bring Peyton back. Let's just bring Sean back.
He might win. Dude, Sean Payton.
With Russell Wilson.
He watched that Charger game on Monday night. He has so many regrets. Sean Payton, you know he does. you know Brandon Staley is getting fired out of a cannon. You know Sean Payton is like, I could have just done one more year at Fox. God damn it. So Andrew, the defense. The Texans, they didn't have 300 yards. They only converted 4 third downs. They only scored 3 points in the second half. But here's my question to you, Andrew. At what point is the defense going to begin to break and I don't want to give up, but like show frustration? I mean, they've been playing their butts off. They've had one really bad game, the Tampa game, and that really wasn't even that bad because Tampa scored 26, but they got gifted 7. So at what point does the defense frustration start to bubble over? Because we see it. The days of the Sean Payton body language matters on the sideline, like those days are gone, right? So like if the offense can bubble over, like when are we going to start to see the defense start to bubble over and have frustration?
You mean at the offense?
At the offense, at each other in general?
I don't know. I feel like the frustration's already kind of bubbling over. And yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Yeah. I know the fans are frustrated, but I don't know that I've ever seen a Saints team at 3-3 be this despondent.
They are.
I think part of it's just like the offense has been this way for a while, and I think they're left scratching their heads like, all right, we got the new QB, we got playmakers. You know, for a while we were blaming it on the lack of receivers. We fixed that. For a while we were blaming it on Andy Dalton and Jameis Winston. We fixed that. For a while, we complained about how we had no tight end. Now we've got 4 of them. Like, what gives, you know?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the problem, I mean, what gives is that this offensive line sucks. It is so bad. And now you don't have any tackles. You're out. I'm going to say they're out their top 3 tackles because I don't think Trevor Penning is one of their top 3 tackles. So, you know, and Pete is still hurt. So I don't know if he's going to play.
So wait, Ramczyk, Hurst, who's the third tackle that's ahead of Penning?
I guess Penning's ahead of Landon Young, but
I guess.
You think?
I guess. Sorry, penalty.
Trevor Penning.
Nick penalty.
No, but you know, Andrew, you bring up a good
penalty.
Point. I know.
Fake
I know.
penalty.
They need to bring Dan Roush. Wait, who was Dan Roush? The outfit? Was he running back?
The running backs, yeah.
But no, Dave, I know you are like me and you listen to a bunch of podcasts.
Aaron Cromer.
Oh, what's Aaron Cromer?
You mean former head coach Aaron Cromer?
Yes.
Is he a free?
The one and only.
Is he a free man? Because I mean, he has brushes with the law.
Cromer, oh my God!
Is he a free man?
Did he get in trouble? What did he do?
Interim coach Aaron Cromer.
That's right.
Who went, I believe, 1-4.
Wasn't it weird sex stuff, or he got handsy?
He got like drunk on a beach and was like fighting people on a vacation or something, I think. Somebody Google that. Or Dave, you Google. I mean, that's when we need Kevin. Google.
That's Aaron where we need Kevin, yeah.
Google Aaron Cromer law situation. But the one thing I was going to say, Andrew, is listening to national podcasts that I like Around the NFL, Greg Rosenthal and different people. And
Tulane alum Greg Rosenthal.
Yeah, and like Nate Tyson, Robert Mays, they were talking about the NFC South. They were talking about how they were frustrated with it because they are big Desmond Ridder fans. And they were talking about how they thought the NFC South would be slightly better this year, and it's not. And the one point they made about the Saints that I thought was really interesting, they're like, listen, for these offenses that suck around the league, the Patriots, the Bears, all these teams that stink on offense, Robert Mays made the point. He's like, I understand why the Patriots suck because they don't have any playmakers. I understand why the Bears suck. I understand why all these teams, the Steelers suck. But the Saints, he's like, you got Kamara, you got Michael Thomas, you got 11. Why can't you score more than 13 points? And I know your offensive line is terrible, but it should not be this bad. And my thing is, in your opinion, as a guy who watches the tape, knows the Saints, knows what they want to do, knows NFL schemes and stuff, Is there a world where they can mitigate this offensive line disaster and not be a bottom 5 offense?
Yes. I'm resigned that this offensive line is what it is. It's mediocre at best. I don't see a way around that. You know, their offensive line sucks.
I almost want to vomit.
Thank you, Jim. I agree. But that doesn't mean they can't score 20 points consistently. But yeah, look, I mean, just going back to Derek Carr and what he said, like, details matter. The little things matter. You got to watch a little bit more tape. You got to do a better job preparing. And it's the Saints left a lot of points out there. I mean, the one thing you kind of look at is when you fail to score in the red zone 4 times and you miss 2 field goals, like that game was there for the taking. Yeah. The Packers game was so easily won if they can just get a couple first downs. That's all they needed to win that game. And so I don't know, man, like this team is as bad as they've been. Like they are this close to 5-1. They are so close to being 5-1 right now. And like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's what bad teams say all the time. Oh yeah, you changed this play, you changed that play, and we're undefeated. You know, yes, I realize that, but at this and part of this is coaching. That's right. But so anyway, I don't think the offensive line is fixable in the sense that like I don't think they're ever going to be good, but I think if they can start making plays on the perimeter, if they can they can get Jawan Johnson back, he can start to make plays. And then that kind of opens things up and they can hit the deep shots when they're there. Cause I do think they're good at identifying, okay, we got a one-on-one matchup here. Carr's good at that. And he puts the ball out there and, you know, they've hit a bunch of those plays to Olave, to Shaheed.
Nobody has thrown, Carr has thrown passes that have gone 20 yards or more. He's thrown 10 more of those than any quarterback in the NFL.
Thrown or completed?
Thrown. He's the worst. He's the worst in the NFL at completing them, but he's thrown more than anyone.
Right. But those plays were there for the making. So I think if they can hit those more consistently, and that's communication, that's, you know, a couple of those, like there was one I remember with Olave a couple weeks ago. It was like a 50-50 ball and he gets the ball knocked out. Like, and he dropped one in the end zone last week. So you got to make those plays. You know, those are the 50-50 plays where like, all of a sudden your offense goes from scoring 17 to scoring 31, you know, if you make those 50-50 plays. So, yeah, I mean, when the players say we got to execute, I think that I listen to that and I hear that as it's true. They need to do a better job of executing, but it's couched by the reality that the offensive line is bad. And that was before it got really injured.
This might be this Thursday night offensive line is rivaling one of the worst offensive lines I think the Saints have had in the last 25 years. Like it's going to be.
Yeah. Now it's temporary, right? Cause like, I think then you get a mini bye almost. You get 10 days off and Ramczyk will come back from his concussion and hopefully Pete will be set after that. And you know, Hurst might be out for a little while, but so you're going to be forced to play penalty a little bit longer. But you know, I think this is kind of
to Trevor penalty, Dave.
Yeah, I think this is. I think he just got called for another holding. By the way, but hopefully, you know, as long as they don't sustain more injuries in this game, I think the offensive line issues are temporary in that they will get some guys back. I don't know how they're going to get through Thursday night with the players they have, but beyond that, I do think the offensive line can be healthier and they can be in a better situation. But my God, man, it can't get much worse.
Dave, I hate to ask this question.
Makes me almost want to vomit.
I hate to ask this question because your victory lap was disgusting, but this question is going to probably cause Andrew to do like what is longer than a lap, like a victory marathon.
No, don't even ask it. We don't need to.
So
just skip over this.
Is Carl Granderson the Saints' best player in the front seven?
Yes. No. It's not even close. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Now play the soundbite of me. It's kind of crazy how Carl Granderson's Saints career started from a prison cell. Good one. Good timing.
Yeah.
Good timing, Thomas.
That's why you're the best, Thomas. So does Thomas have that soundbite now of your victory?
Well, no,
lap?
let's stay on Granderson. Let Andrew.
Go, Andrew. Take your.
Let him gloat.
I mean, Granderson is incredible.
Yeah.
Dude, he's good against the run. He leads the team in sacks with 4.5 through 6 games.
And he's doing this against like Trent Brown, Laramie Tunsil. Like he's doing it against dudes. Like this isn't like he's going up against the Saints offensive line Thursday and dominating
penalty.
them. He's not like you're going against Trevor Penalty. Whew.
If you were to ask me right now who's the Saints MVP, it wouldn't be anyone on offense. I can tell you that much. But
not even.
I would still pick Lattimore because I think Lattimore. What's kind of been lost in all this is that he, this past game maybe wasn't his best, but he's having an incredible season. He's a lockdown corner. Lattimore's awesome, and I would call him the team MVP.
Yeah.
But Granderson is right behind him at number 2.
Like,
and it's close.
Granderson to me is starting to inch up to Dave where he pops off the screen on defense. Where like that sack that he got against Stroud, he like as soon as Stroud took the ball, you're like, oh God, Granderson's going to murder him. Like and like the Saints, they haven't had like as good as their defenses have been, and Cam Jordan, like they don't have guys that like pop off the screen.
Sure, right.
That way.
You're right.
And
they don't.
And Granderson does. And the best part is they're paying him $14 million a year.
Who do you think is popped like him? I mean, I guess Marcus 2 first when he was healthy at times. Popped like
Marcus
that.
2 first.
Yeah.
You got to pop. You got to pop for an extended period of time for me to remember you.
Sheldon Rankins did it for about half a season, 2018.
Yeah.
If you go back,
Junior Gillette, I guess.
Yeah,
not really.
A little bit.
Glover, Leroy Glover, Joe John, like that whole defensive line, like those guys, and then of course like Ricky Jackson, Pat Williams. But the list is short. Like it takes a lot to like get your eye to focus not on the snap and the quarterback. It takes a lot for your eyes to not be there. And it's this special guy like Granderson. Granderson is like he's incredible. We'll see how he does against Jacksonville this Thursday. Thomas, give us a donation update. Where are we?
We are only 20%.
Come on.
Away, we got a few new donations from San Antonio Saint. Thanks for 300 bits total. Thanks to Who That Golfer for gifting 2 subs. And thanks to Aldi Marino for 200 bits.
Thank you.
So, Ralph, you may want to be ready,
I'm ready. So
get your drinks ready.
Are you guys gonna let Ralph off the hook tonight?
Yeah, that's right. So, guys, we are presented by Hard Hide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey. Hard Hide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey is a strawberry flavored whiskey blended with aged wheat whiskey, American light whiskey, fresh strawberries from Ponchatoula, Louisiana. It's 86 proof. Blended and bottled in New Orleans, Louisiana at the Porch Jam Distillery. Hard Hide Strawberry Whiskey is not for the thin-skinned. You can pick up a bottle wherever fine spirits are sold in Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, and Tennessee. To learn more and to find a location to get a bottle near you, go to hardhidestrawberrywhiskey.com. Hard Hide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey is supporting Saints Happy Hour all football season. So support the people who support the show. Grab a bottle of Hard Hide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey today.
And drink.
And drink it. It's freaking awesome.
No. You drink. We just hit it.
Oh, we did?
Yep.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to finish.
Thank you, Thomas. That's why you're the best.
Cajun Sands at the buzzer.
Yeah, Cajun Sands is amazing. So he gets
Hatchet John is MVP. I don't know if he's still around. Hatchet John.
Cajun Sands says, "Shut the f up, Ralph, and drink." So, all right, well, tell him which one you want him to drink. You want him to drink the
Espresso or
the
or watermelon?
espresso, the espresso, or the watermelon?
Espresso.
First of all, watermelon sounds delightful, so I'm not even sure why that's. Is the espresso one? Is that like milky? Is it creamy?
Hatchet John says espresso. So go ahead, take that one to the face.
This one scares me. This one scares me because it's not.
That's good, man. That's how it should be.
Oh, it smells nice.
Like,
No.
It smells like. Thomas,
Wait, what?
It
Thomas
doesn't smell nice.
Thomas is disgusted. I'm gonna be honest with the people,
No,
Thomas. If I like it, I'll tell them. I'm not just gonna play act, although Sally thinks I do, but I don't. So, play act.
Yeah, Sally thinks you're full of shit.
Hey, Sally, I need assistance.
Nice.
Oh, I don't think that went so good.
Did it go down the wrong
It
pipe? How old
sneaked
is
up
it?
on him.
Is it old?
It did. Oh.
Wash it down with some hard hide.
So it's bad then, Ralph?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh God.
Oh yeah. Wait. Oh, isolate that. Yeah, baby. Thomas.
San
isolate
Antonio Saint seems to have done this before because in the chat he is confirming that this is disgusting.
Ooh, it is sneaky disgusting. At first, I was like, it's like Starbucks. And it's like Starbucks. But most of the time, like, you'll do the shot and, like, then it'll hit you. This one, like, as soon as I got it all in my mouth, like, I knew it was bad. It was bad.
That's what she said.
Makes me almost want to vomit.
It was. I got the bucket right here.
The old bucket.
Ye old bucket. And this one, like, you know what? You know why this one scares me, Dave? I feel like I need to burp, and I don't know if it's going to be a burp or a vomit.
It's like a wet fart.
It's like a wet fart, and it could come in any.
Only one way to find out, man.
San Antonio Saint says that the finish is terrible. Would you agree with that, Ralph?
The finish is the finish and move is horrific. I would say top 3 of everything that I've ever drank. Like the overall, it's probably like top 5 worst, but the finishing
you know what we need? We need a leaderboard.
Top 5?
We need a ranking. Worst shots Ralph has ever taken.
A tier list.
Pepper.
Yeah, which one's the worst?
The jalapeno pepper ones are the worst. Because that's not just that God doesn't want that. Like,
what about the ones with the milk?
Whiskey. The milk one was
Milk was a bad choice.
Milk is always a bad choice, but the milk ones, Thomas, I was afraid of the milk one because milk product in like a 10-year-old, like, that was dangerous. I was afraid of it. It wasn't that bad. But this one here, like, it's just lingering. Like, I feel like a wet fart, burp, vomit is any time. And Aldi Marino says it's the bouge bucket. I like that name, the bouge bucket.
Bougie bucket.
John, another 1K base. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
MVP leader.
Andrew's dad says Ralph's worst drink off-season bracket. Oh, wow.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, Hatchet John just dropped another grand. So how far away are we from watermelon is the question.
Yeah.
It's up to Ralph
the
to decide.
Get it to 150. I'll drink the watermelon.
150.
150%.
50 more dollars. Yeah, I'll drink the watermelon. Do it. I dare you. Do it. I'm not scared. I am actually very scared.
Well, so how far away are we?
You are aware that Cajun Sands is here, Ralph. So you know.
Cajun Sands is.
This should make for a good post podcast show.
So am I reading this correctly that we're 27% away?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Great.
So Thomas, the hotline.
Oh yeah, how was the hotline this week?
In short, people were super depressed.
Yeah.
Hotline staples. April, Jerry called.
Great.
Also,
wait, did we get the guy from Massachusetts?
I don't know.
No.
But here's
no.
Dave.
You're fucked. There you go.
Cajun Sands is going nuts.
Drink up. Drink up.
All right.
Then we have a tie at the MVP.
Well, there's no choice. It's the one I got. I'm really scared.
Cajun Sands, Hatchet John, y'all are the best, guys.
Both with 6K bits. Both with 6K bits, by the way.
You guys are the best. And Hatchet John, he can't handle it. He's like, I gotta be in first, so he drops 250.
I
had to do.
I like it.
I'm so afraid.
It's a matter of pride. I get it.
I'm so afraid I had to do a pre-drink to try to wash the coffee shot down.
Cajun Sands. He said, oh my God.
You better go get another bottle after this.
Ralph, go get another bottle.
What did he do?
He just dropped another grand.
Wow. So I'm gonna do the watermelon. I'm really afraid. Ooh, it doesn't smell like anything. Now I'm very frightened.
Oh, did he use the bucket?
You almost want to vomit.
I think
Hey,
we just
Sally,
asked
I need
Ralph
assistance.
for the first time on it. Did you hurl?
Yeah.
No, you did not. Let me see the
No
bucket.
way.
Let me see.
No way.
You are full of crap.
No. Oh God. Oh. Oh.
All right,
We're gonna
go get
preview
another-
that bitch, and I'm gonna be drunk as fuck.
Go,
I got snot coming out. Oh.
go get another drink because Cajun Sands is here to
Ooh.
punish you.
Oh.
Yeah, go get another bottle.
Oh. Play the hotline, Thomas. Oh. Whoa. Oh.
Go ahead and play. Roll that beautiful bean footage,
Oh,
Thomas.
God.
I don't want to play it right now, man. Come on.
That was awful.
You didn't throw up though. You did not puke.
Mm-hmm.
Show us the bucket.
Come on, don't show
Yeah.
the bucket. Come on, man.
What? There's
What
no
the
rules
hell?
against that.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think there are, but you know.
Oh my god.
Oh God. I am fucking struggling. It's bad. It's
Dan,
bad,
top one?
kids. I got
Wait, so was watermelon worse than espresso?
I think it's the fact that he just had an espresso.
It was-
and
it
now
was
he's
a
gotta
bad
drink
mix.
watermelon.
It was a bad mix.
it was
man.
a bad mix.
3 minutes later.
It was a bad mix. And Cajun Sands. I mean here's a lesson for you kids. Cajun Sands, he saw the opening. He knew because I got snot coming out of my nose from throwing up. He saw the opening and he went for it. See, most of you like, stop BSing the people in this country. Cajun Sands says, I feel bad again. You should.
All right.
Worse. Hey, Andrew, what's worse? The combination of the espresso and the watermelon or Pete Carmichael calling plays? What's worse?
I don't know. Watching Pete Carmichael call plays makes me want to hurl every week. So I don't know. Maybe it's a tie.
Here's the problem with this throwing up is it really hurt because it wasn't like it was a lot of throw up. It was basically just the shot coming back up. So it's like very warm and like my whole throat and like chest is in trauma.
So all you taste is watermelon right now?
I tasted watermelon and coffee coming back up. It was horrible. And now like my chest just burns. This podcast wins awards, just so people know.
Just so you guys know.
Just so people know. We've come so far in like 12 years, Dave. We've gone from having audio that sounds like the bottom of a swimming pool to winning awards to having a producer to me.
Well, we is this in order? Because we got the producer first and then we won the awards. We didn't.
And then we vomited.
Then we vomited.
It's got to be a chronological order.
So here's the question. If the Saints win, Do I need to vomit every week until they lose?
Yes.
Yes.
That was horrible. Thomas, play the hotline. I'm totally discombobulated.
Roger that. By the way, uncensored hotline, 15 minutes long, guys.
Oh, God.
It's time for this week's hottest takes from the Saints Happy Hour Hotline.
Yeah, hey, this is Lumbarger. It's the first half of the game. I'm going to need you to go ahead and fire Dennis Allen and Pete Carmichael. Yeah, this team isn't good at all.
Hey, guys, just wanted to say that I legitimately would rather be locked in one of those burning iron bowl things from, medieval times than watch Trevor Penning play left tackle. So
this shit's unwatchable. It's done.
Yo-ho, gentlemen, please address this in the podcast. Why do we feel the need to constantly throw the deep ball when we just need first down? Bottom line is this. We're not a great team, and we're not a bad team. We're average, and that's more aggravating than anything. Love you guys. Who dat?
When we go into this season, I said that Pete Carmichael is going to be playing for his job or coaching for his job. And it seems right now, after 6 damn weeks, we have found the answer here. He is going to be out of the job, probably even before this damn season is over. And anyone who wants Dennis Allen to be fired are the same idiots that want to have him as their defensive coordinator. This is not Dennis Allen's problem. This is a Pete Carmichael issue. And if anyone who thinks is that they need to solve it by getting rid of our defensive coordinator, who has given up only 20 points 5 of the last 6 goddamn games, then they are as drunk as most people in New Orleans right now.
After that awful game, let's at least appreciate that Carl Granderson is the player that they drafted Marcus Two Firsts to be. And that's something.
Hey, you guys. This is Skittle Juice calling in. Pretty pissed off. Don't want to say too much because I'm so pissed off, but basically just to all the people on Twitter calling for DA's head. Look, the defense is playing better than our offense played in Sean Payton's 7 and 6 years, or whatever it was. 7 and 8 years. The defense is great. DA's a defensive head coach. Looks at the defense, he's fine. The team overall, we're bad. All right, I'm on board firing Pete Carmichael. We need to do that. That's fine. But man, what a crappy game. Still pulling for these guys though. I think we got a shot to make a playoff still. So let's keep it up.
Guys, how Saintsy was this game? It had it all. It was like a greatest hits game. And I think also how Saintsy was it that we finally are the first team to pick off C.J. Stroud and then cough it up a second later. On a Saintsy scale, I'm saying that's strong to very
off the
strong.
charts.
Saints are a bad team. I've pretty much just come to the conclusion that they're a bad team. I just don't understand it. I mean, I guess I'll point out the little few bright spots that I saw, which was Rashid Shaheed is a really good player. Carl Granderson is a really good player. I don't know about Derek Carr. I don't know what's going on. I mean, there's issues all over. I can't believe I actually bragged to people about the Saints being a good team this year. It's so fucking embarrassing. I don't know what, guys. I don't know what to say anymore. This is like a sad happy hour hotline phone call, but in any case, have a good rest of your Sunday.
Saint Sad Hour hotline.
I feel like April, her voice is very soothing. Like we might need to have her cut an open or something. My chest burns. God, I feel like
I think the only way to fix it is to do another shot, Ralph.
Yeah, Malort. Malort it up.
If you want me to do Malort, even if I had Malort, Dave, they would have to donate $1,000 to get me to do Malort. Right?
What is that? 100,000 bits?
I don't know, but my chest burns like gonorrhea on a cheap whore. So listen, Thomas, I have to go get another drink to like get this fixed. So
go ahead and get another shot too while you're at it. Let's see what we can do about that.
Before we get to the mailbag, I want to say the Saints viewer mailbag is brought to you by Hard Hide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey. You can pick up a bottle wherever fine spirits are sold in Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, and Tennessee. To learn more and to find a location to get a bottle near you, go to hardhidestrawberrywhiskey.com. I'm going to go get another drink. Thomas, play Take It to the Top, finger guns, and ask the first question.
I'm getting a drink too. Hold on.
Should I just read the first question to Andrew? What the hell?
Yeah, go for it.
They just went. Holy shit. Great idea.
This is what I've always wanted. My own podcast without these two idiots. Maybe I'll actually educate some people.
You forgot about Kevin, man. Okay, fuck it. Let me read the first question.
I do miss Kevin.
They're gonna read it after. Okay, I'm gonna give them 5 seconds. Okay, Dave is in.
Who is a player? We need to start a discussion about their poor. Is this seriously a question?
I was waiting. Okay, let me read it.
We did it. The first 50 minutes of this podcast was about all of the people who have turned in poor performances.
Okay, first question from Badrich. Who is a player we need to start a discussion about their poor performance?
All of them. We just did a whole podcast on this.
Yeah, I agree. Although if I was going to single a guy out, I mean, I would ask
Trevor Penalty.
At what point do we start looking at a change at kicker? I don't think we're there for the record. We can talk about the punter too, but I'm mostly talking about the kicker grouping for now, just because obviously he missed 2 kicks. He missed a 29-yarder. Those were massive, impacted the outcome of the game. Arkmidge drops 1,000 bits. Thank you.
1K.
I have a question. Do we have any doctors in the chat? I know we have a lot of doctors. That are in the Discord, and Thomas even made like a special doctor Discord channel for them. Is it possible to like tear a chest muscle or have a chest contusion from vomiting?
No.
You barely vomited.
Only one way to find out, man. Only one way to find out.
You're fine.
My chest hurts. It burns so bad.
It's the alcohol. It's probably
no.
Yes.
It's called heartburn.
Andrew's dad says absolutely yes.
Okay, but he's a lawyer.
What's next question, Thomas?
All right. Next question from Who Dat?
Hold on, real quick before you read that, Thomas. If Groupie misses a kick on Thursday, are you guys making the switch, or are you giving him a pass because he's a rookie?
No, I'm down. Cut him. Cut his ass.
He's got to win the job. He's got to win his job the next Tuesday.
Okay. Next question.
What? Meaning they bring in somebody, a kicker competition, winner goes home, loser leaves town?
Yeah, loser leaves town.
All right, next question from Who Dat? He asks, could Sean Payton have schemed around this O-line? Did he do that more than we realized sometimes?
I'm wondering.
No, Drew Brees did that.
Yeah.
Drew Brees had the magical ability. I think I might vomit again. This is horrible. Drew Brees had the ability to decide, I'm not getting sacked. And he just wouldn't they had games where he should have been sacked 5 or 6 times, right? And he would just decide, I'm not getting sacked. If I have to throw the ball away in a second and a half, that's fine. I'm not getting sacked anymore. And Drew Brees would do that. That wasn't a Sean Payton scheme issue. That was I can name 2 separate times when they played Dallas. When they played Dallas in 2009 and 2018. Dallas pass rush was killing them. And Drew Brees just decided, I'm not getting sacked anymore. And he just get rid of the ball. Fascinating.
Well, I think what you guys and what we're all starting to realize when we were begging for Drew Brees to leave, that wasn't me, by the way, but We were tired of the dink and dunk offense, and we hated the Saints. And, you know, Ralph, if you're really about to puke again, maybe stop drinking strawberry hardhide. Just a thought.
No,
but,
it's too delicious.
You know, for all of you that wanted Breeze gone and decided you were bored with the offense, I think the really subtle thing, because, you know, it's easy to get hung up on the velocity of the football and how much he can push it down the field and yada yada. But the thing that Breeze really did, and this is why he never took sacks, is pre-snap identification. Where's the blitzer coming from? What's the coverage? If it's this coverage, where do I go? Yeah, he knew that processing-wise better than anyone in the league. You know, like, besides Tom Brady, that's it. Like, that's the list. It was Breeze and Brady. Everyone else was, like, this far below him. And so as his skills declined, as his abilities diminished, he knew exactly where he was going with the ball before it was ever snapped. He knew exactly where to throw it. He knew who would be open. He knew where the blitz was coming from. He knew what to tell an offensive lineman, like, hey, shift over here because this guy's coming from there and you've got to account for this guy, blah, blah, blah. Like, they don't have that anymore. They don't have the quarterback that's pointing out and doing everything because he's smarter than everyone else on the field. He's done all the film study. He's already visualized everything because he stands in the Superdome by himself for 2 hours going through his progressions when no one else is there. Like, and look, like, he's retired. He's 40. I don't know that look, it's not like you guys that complained about him being on the offense, like, and not retiring sooner. He was going to retire eventually. So he's gone now. Like, we were going to have to move on. We were going to have to get someone new eventually. But, like, these are the growing pains of life post Drew Brees.
If Drew said, I'll play right now, I'll come back, would you take him?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I would not. But if you told me that Brees would be up for taking Pete Carmichael's job, I would absolutely say yes.
I think Drew Brees, if he wants to be, will be an amazing coach. And I would, even though he's never done it, I feel like he would be if anybody could jump into it and call plays like next year, let's say, I think Drew could do it because he's been a quarterback and he understands, hey, this is how the game's going to work. I got to get in the play fast. I got to do this and that. Like, Dave, my nipples are tingling. This is horrible. This is horrible.
Why are you telling that to me specifically?
I don't know, because, like,
guys, I think we might have killed Ralph.
Sally just walked in and was like, "Did you vomit?" Yeah.
Hey,
Sally, I need assistance. Hey, Sally, I need assistance. Yeah, I vomited. She's disgusted. She's never looked so disgusted at me. Thomas, what's next?
Vomiting is next. Okay, next question.
I do need assistance badly. Thank you.
From Aldi Marino, who's in the chat, by the way. He asks, for Dave, when the Saints struggle in October, does your candy intake A, increase, B, decrease, C, what Saints got to do with my Skittle juice?
Honestly, C. The Saints, I don't get that upset about the Saints anymore, that it affects my eating or any of my daily habits. Maybe when I was younger, there might have been a time where that was the case, but no, I eat candy all day, every day because I enjoy it and I love it.
Cajun Sand says, all I need is the Bourbon Street sign to lean on. You are correct. I am defeated. The espresso shot.
I had some gummy bears today.
From Je defeated me.
Now we know. Now we know what your Krypton is.
Send Ralph some more espresso.
That was horrible, and I knew
kryptonite, not Krypton.
Now you know, guys, what to send him.
Saints Rabbit, yeah. And oh, here's the thing. He's got a Jaeger espresso shot he sent me.
Espresso.
What's going to be worse,
Ralph can't
Thursday
say
night
anyone's
or
name
me
right.
drinking an espresso shot? All right, ask the. So we answered that. Thomas, we have any more questions?
Yeah, one more question. Final question from Saints Rabbit. Speaking of little, he asks, "What was Jameis saying to Alvin on the sideline? Wrong asses only." You know what video he's talking about, right?
The real answer, I think he was saying like, "Hey, we're gonna get the ball back, and it's gonna be on you." Well, I don't know. He's saying, "Oh, you got to slap the booty first. You got to slap the booty. Slap the booty." That's what he's saying. First, you slap the booty. And Alvin's like, "Man, I know that. Of course, I know that."
No,
I don't know. Whatever he is saying, Alvin's giving him that look like, "Yeah, I'm nodding in agreement, but I really am not paying attention to anything you're
what
saying."
he said to him was, "Table and tap changed my life," and Alvin was like, "I know it did. I know it did."
Did you guys hear that Demario Davis pregame speech where Jameis just kept chiming in?
Yeah.
You guys hear that?
Yeah.
God, that was unbearable to listen to. It was just like, God, Jameis, just shut up. You're like, Demario would make a sentence and he'd be like, "Yes, sir, preach." And then he'd say something else and Jameis would chime in and he's just like, "You dude can't stop. You just can't shut up."
Poor Jameis.
Standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona.
All he wants to do is
the Jameis crew is the Jameis Hive has been really vocal, I feel like.
Chirping
on Twitter/X this week about the Saints making a change at quarterback.
Right. Jameis is going to fix this.
I think
Jameis and his inability to call out protections and change the play at the line. He's gonna fix this. That's like when you need.
And his slow wind up, and his inability to be decisive.
Wrong answers. When you talk about wrong answers only,
Jameis is the wrong answer.
The fix to the Saints offense is Jameis is the wrong answer.
Yeah.
So that's the last question, right, Thomas?
Yeah, maybe Jameis can play O-line. You never know, man.
Yeah, he'd be better.
I wouldn't mind him at right tackle. Do we know he's not playing right tackle on Thursday?
That's right. So Thomas, donation update before we get to the game preview. Where are we? As my chest just burns like a fire in the night.
Cajun Science is in the lead at 7K bits. Hatchet John second place with more than 6,200 bits. Who that go for third place? So many new donations. Let me see at the new donations. San Antonio Saints 300 bits. Thanks, man. Arkmich 1K bits, and Budrich joined the party 100 bits and with donation message. Juwan Johnson tweeting to leave Pete alone. There must be an effort problem from key players like starters not carrying.
See, Thomas, I feel like this was a good night for us because people realize that like all my thing, it's not theatrics, it's not faking, and that even though my liver died 5 years ago, that the right combination, if you can unlock the right combination, I will vomit into the booze bucket. So I feel like this is a really good night for you. I'm proud of everybody. Listen, they defeated me. You got me this time.
They defeated the boss.
I'll come back. I'll come back stronger. I'll come back stronger next week. It's like, hey, Sally, I need assistance. Sally she didn't give me assistance. She was so disgusted. She's just, she's probably looking up divorce attorneys as we speak.
God, I hate to hear that. I hate to hear that.
So the Saints play in 2 days. This time in 2 days, the Saints.
Oh, sorry.
Come on, man.
We got a double sad violins. This Jacksonville game, the one thing that's weird about it was, wait, what? As a degenerate gambler, I can't remember, Andrew, ever seeing a line swing back and forth like this line did. Sunday night, the line was Jacksonville favored by 1.5. Monday, it was like, oh, Trevor Lawrence not going to play. The line swung 4.5 points to the Saints to -3. And currently, the line is at
Yeah, but Trevor Lawrence practiced today, didn't he?
He did.
He did.
So
And that swung the line again. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The line swung back. It's currently Saints -1 for all the gamblers out there. So that shot so wrecked me.
Jesus.
You don't even know. So Thomas, recap last week.
Yeah, this was a crazy fantasy week because Taysom got more than 12 points, and it was the worst performance out of the 4 players that you picked.
Wow.
So
Really?
they've got,
I was wondering why I got -2 points.
Yeah, look at the other players.
I know, yeah, I see that now. I didn't
so
realize
fucking
that.
unlucky, man. Minus 2 points for Dave.
I thought I was golden. I was like, oh, Taysom had a good game. I had no idea who everybody else picked, though.
Yeah, Kevin picked Carr, and Carr was second worst. I don't think anyone won with Carr. Chris Olave, +1 point for Ralph, and Kamara was the best, +2 points for Andrew. And Andrew also predicted as the only one to pick the Texans to win.
So I'm surprised I got any points at all since I picked the Saints 31-0 and they lost. But Dave, do you want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first. Let me look up what I picked. I'm expecting this to be. I'm expecting Trevor Lawrence to play, but
the over/under, by the way, for this game. I mean,
12. Is it 12?
It's 39.5.
And I would still, and that's it's funny you said that, Andrew, because that's exactly where I was. That is exactly where I was going with this. I would still pound the over on this. I do not think this is going to be a high scoring.
You mean the under?
You mean the under?
Sorry, yes, I would pound the under. Yes, sorry, not. No, my God. I still think this is going to be a low scoring game, even with Trevor Lawrence playing. Saints defense, I think, is going to do a decent job, especially at home with the crowd behind them. I think they're going to do a decent job keeping the Jaguars contained. And of course, I have no confidence or faith in the Saints offense to move the ball at all or do anything beyond their opponent's 30-yard line. So I'm looking for my Twitter right now. Oh, here it is. So I told Thomas I thought the Jacksonville Jaguars were going to win. I picked them winning 17-10. So yeah, I guess I am the Saints somewhere. They'll score a touchdown somewhere.
Somehow.
Yeah, defense.
I don't believe you.
Special teams touchdown.
Okay.
And for my guy, I guess I haven't picked Alvin Kamara yet, right? Have I not picked him yet?
Yeah.
Nope.
I'll take him. I'll take him this week.
Wise choice. Choice.
So I guess I'll go. I gave Thomas 2 picks because I wasn't sure when I did this. When I sent him the
I
pick
should
yesterday.
deduct 1 point for that, man.
Well, I had to be like, Trevor Lawrence, is he going to start? Is he not? We weren't sure. And I was all set before I threw up, before I got drunk. I was all set before the show. I was going to pick the Jaguars and terrible. The Saints are awful. They're going to demote Pete Carmichael. They'll have Ronald Curry call the plays. They're going to have 10 days off, yada, yada, yada. But I'm going to tell you this. If the Saints win Thursday and the Atlanta Falcons beat the Bucs on Sunday, which of course is very possible because both of those teams are no better than the Saints will be tied for first at 4-3. A team that most of the fan base sorta kind of hates. The Saints are going to beat the Jaguars. I don't know how. I can't really give you logical reasons. My chest is on fire at the moment. Saints Thomas put the score. I think I said if the Saints win, it would be 17-13. So I'm going to say Saints 17-13.
You were almost right.
17-14. My player of the week, Jamal Williams. He comes back from IR. 2 red zone touchdowns.
Ready to go? Is he ready to go?
Yeah, 2 red zone touchdowns. Saints 17-14. That's my pick. First
Not
place
bad.
Saints 4-3. 4-3. We'll get 10 days of enjoyment of the Saints being amazing. How about that?
Well, I'll just tell you guys this: if
Someone
Pete
message
Carmichael
Kevin,
had,
by the way.
sounds good. If Pete Carmichael had any stones and Jake Hayner's back this week, he would start him, and go nuts and see what happens.
No way.
I think it's going to be like Dave said, but even worse. I think the Saints defense is going to get hosed by Etienne and Trevor Lawrence because they didn't have time to prepare because it's a Thursday night game. 27-10, Jaguars win.
Ooh.
I think the Jaguars get cooking a little bit on offense. Defense doesn't have as good of a game again, not as much time to prepare.
Fuck you, Andre George.
I just don't see how this offensive line can protect Derek Carr. So I think the Saints get a garbage time touchdown late. I'm going to pick Jameis Winston. That's my fantasy player.
Famous Jameis.
That is sadness.
He's going to throw a touchdown in the fourth quarter.
Ballsy.
Yeah.
That is ballsy. That is play the violin music, Thomas. Jesus. That is sad. That is sad. So what did Kevin pick, speaking of sad violin music?
What do you think Kevin picked, guys?
I think Kevin picked.
Hold on a second. Kevin, you're live on the air. We need your we haven't unveiled your game pick yet.
Yeah,
so
you can do your whole thing. Do your whole thing.
Just to be clear, I am allowed to pick a repeat player.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
once.
Just once.
Let's see. Right. Dave went with Kamara. He went with Jamal.
How do you know this? You're
And
watching?
Raul.
Are you in the room? Are you in the house right now?
Pick Jameis.
Oh, in the house. Is this call coming from inside the house?
See, I will go. Yeah, put me down for Olave.
Oh, again. Okay.
14-12.
We got you down.
Okay.
That is some
Thanks, man.
That is some sad Thursday night football. The one thing I will say about Thursday night football is usually Thursday night football has a lot of shenanigans, and Thursday night football hasn't really had the what the frick or what the what is this score, where America's watching it is like what is happening, and I feel like the Saints winning and blocking the Jaguars would be LOLs. What is happening? But
I've seen crazier things. I mean, yeah, I was talking to a guy that was in the league, and I can't remember who he was telling. I mean, I can tell you, I guess, Chris Long, but he there's this like consensus that like everyone in the NFL can play, and there's like these guys that are like elite, right? And it's like this much of the league, and then there's everybody else. And what separates everybody else is this much. It's like a little bit stronger mentally, a little bit stronger physically, a little bit more dedicated, but like pretty much it's an even playing field and all these guys can play. And so, yeah, like I know it seems hopeless, but like whoever the Saints put in at right tackle, and as it stands right now, I don't know who the hell they're going to put in at right tackle.
Ruiz?
My understanding is it will not be Ruiz. So from what I've been told,
understanding that it's going to be Manuel from the Brothers Chicken Mart on West Esplanade.
My understanding is that Ruiz was a last minute in-game decision. He will be back at right guard. So I don't know who's going to be the right tackle. We'll find out. I'll probably find out later this week, and I can. I guess the game's in 2 days, so probably tomorrow.
Starting at guard is going to be that guy that plays saxophone on St. Charles Avenue in
Saldiveri.
I haven't been
Craxophone.
I haven't been this scared to burp since I watched Olinda Mare try to kick field goals for the Saints. Like we're in a code red situation. See this. If you're listening to the show, the audio only version of the show, which most people do, you missed out. You missed out on
vomiting
once in a lifetime, maybe
on some bucket action.
Bucket action. You missed out.
Who has to clean that bucket out?
Oh, I'll have to take it outside and hose it out. No, Sally will. When she sees it, she's going to be in a rage, even though it's not that much vomit. Hey, Sally, I need assistance. You combine me throwing up in a bucket, the Astros down 0-2, the Marlboro household is at a breaking point, Dave. It is not. It is not good times. So, Thomas, speaking of good times, though, give us the MVP. Give us the final tally.
The legendary show, guys. 8 different supporters this show. Thanks to Budrich. Thanks to Aldi Marino. Thanks to Real Uncle Mitty. San Antonio Saint. Thanks to Arkmich. To Hudat Koffer. To Hatchet John himself. And the MVP for the first time this season with 7K bits, which is the one and only Cajun Sands.
Hey, damn. Great job. You made Ralph throw up today.
I think Cajun, like, if you make me throw up, like, he should get like double MVP chance at the knife. Like, he should get like triple chances to win. Like, if you can be the MVP that made me throw up, you should get like a double bonus, secret bonus. So
that is
bigger the chance to win the knife.
Wake up.
The knife.
The knife.
Thomas doing the Australian. That might be the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. Do it again, Thomas. One more time.
No.
It's the worst joke I've ever heard. It's funny because
extra salamis.
Because it sounds like he's American doing an Australian accent, so it's double funny.
It is.
That's not a knife.
So I need to remind people, if we reach the donation goal 4 weeks in a row, then we do a live mailbag on Twitch right after the main.
Well,
show.
what happens if you reach 3 times your donation in one freaking show? Do you just do the live mailbag?
You best come hard.
Maybe.
No.
Cajun San just said he'll send you some camel milk vodka.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Prepare your bucket.
Send it to me. I'll drink it, but that's gonna cost. Because that could be like could kill me. I don't know.
That could be devastating.
Is that even? How is that worse than Malort?
It's true. Malort and then the camel vodka might kill me. Camel milk vodka. So, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting Saints Happy Hour. Please go to saintshappyhour.com, become a patron, and support the show. We can't do it without you guys' support. Thanks to Dave, Andrew, Kevin for making an appearance via Andrew's cell phone, and Thomas, the best producer. What? The best producer on earth, running the show back in Poland. He's up in the middle of the night. That's how much we care about you guys. We give you the best product we can. So remember, kids, if you're going to support the Saints podcast, you ought to support the one where your host will get paid to throw up and the one that wins awards. Until next time, the bar is closed. I need some ice for my chest. My God. Hey, Sally, I need assistance.